Martell Holt's latest stunt, and the internet is dragging him harder than ever. So stay right here, do not click away, watch this video all the way to the end, because the comments, the reactions, and the things people are saying about this man right now, whew, it is a whole movie by itself. Grab a snack, get comfortable, because we're breaking down exactly why fans say Martell Holt is doing the absolute most just to stay relevant, and how this latest moment with the kids has everybody side-eyeing him like never before. So let's get into it. Recently, Martell popped up online, posting the kids after all that fuss he made in court about Melody not being able to show their children. Remember that? He was in court trying to block Melody Sherry from showing the kids, talking about privacy, talking about protecting them, making it seem like he was doing something noble. But baby, the internet never forgets. Folks instantly reminded him, wait a minute, didn't you start this whole thing by going to court saying the kids shouldn't be posted? And now you are the one posting them again? Oh, the hypocrisy is loud. And the way social media reacted, let me tell you, people are fed up. The comments were rolling in and they were not holding back. One person said, Martell is trying so hard to stay relevant. And honestly, the internet agrees. It really looks like he is out here doing Father of the Year photo ops instead of real Father of the Year actions. Because if you were so committed to doing what's right, why didn't you show up in court? Why are you suddenly popping up with a camera as soon as the kids are around? People are calling it what it looks like, a stunt, a move for attention, and an attempt to stir up Melody. Now let's talk about that moment with Sugar Mama and Knox. Viewers were saying the whole hug situation looked forced, like Martell told Sugar Mama, go hug your brother, for the camera, and people noticed that Knox didn't look like he even wanted that hug. Commenters were talking about how Knox didn't show excitement, and it looked like Martell was more focused on how it looked for the camera than how the kids felt in that moment. Social media said, that didn't feel natural, and honestly, watching it, it did feel like he wanted to prove something instead of letting a real moment happen. And then comes the part that had everyone hollering online, the fact that Martell wanted kids banned from social media unless it was him posting his other child, Knox. Folks were like, so it's okay when you post your son, but when Melody posts the M&M kids, suddenly it's a problem? The double standard is crazy. And people did not forget how he fought Melody about those babies being shown, only for him to turn around and do the very thing he tried to stop. And let's not forget, when he was pushing this in court, he was the one posting Knox the whole time while telling Melody she couldn't show their children. Fans were like, this is not father behavior, this is ego behavior. People are also pointing out how Martell always says son, son, son every time he films Knox, like he is trying to make sure everyone sees him being a present father, and fans say it feels like a performance. Social media said the way he handled the court order and how he constantly tries to get a reaction out of Melody shows this isn't about parenting, it's about pride and trying to win a public image battle that he already lost. And ooh, someone online said something that a lot of people secretly think. Martell had years to show himself being a good father to all his kids, but he chose drama. He chose ego. He chose trying to punish Melody instead of building peace. Melody moved forward, she built her brand, she kept winning, and now he's trying to catch up 2 years later like the internet doesn't remember everything he did. That ship sailed, and the comments said it loud, nobody cares anymore. They tired. And then somebody said Martell should just marry Ariane and move on. Whew! The internet does not hold back when it comes to him and Ariane Curry. Folks are saying he keeps trying to chase Melody's attention when he has a whole other situation with Ariane. Fans think he wants to look like the family hero instead of simply living the life he created. And when fans mentioned Mrs. Marlene, they said it looked like she doesn't even want Knox waiting loose in her house, and Martell is trying to make that house look like it's his kid's home base when visually it didn't look like it. People noticed everything. They said it looked like Knox stays mainly with his mother, and Martell just films moments when he can, instead of truly being hands-on every day. And that tiny detail fans noticed, that Knox seemed like he sleeps in the living room, fans were dragging him for trying to make the environment look different on camera than in real life.
Some viewers said the kids can be posted as long as it's not for financial gain. Others said Melody has posted them too, so clearly there is more to the story. But at the end of the day, everyone agreed that Martell is doing this online for attention, not because he is suddenly a changed man. And let's talk about the comment that had everybody laughing. Pretending to be Father of the Year but not showing up to court is wild. That one right there, social media ate that up. Because how are you online with cameras when you couldn't walk into a courtroom like a grown man? How you posting kid content but skipping the legal responsibility part? Fans said if you really cared, that court date would have been your priority. That's not parenting, that's performance. Fans think Melody will end up with full custody eventually because he keeps breaking rules, keeps doing petty things, and keeps trying to work the internet more than he works the law. And honestly, that's how it's looking, because a judge sees that type of behavior too. And Melody never needs to clap back. She keeps quiet, she keeps classy, she keeps working, she keeps winning, and she lets him embarrass himself. It's like every time he tries to hurt her or make her look bad, it boomerangs and hits him instead. Karma stays very booked and busy. Fans also pointed out how Martell tries to highlight Knox more than the other kids online. They said he constantly calls him son, like the other kids don't exist. And people see it. They notice how different the energy is when he's with Melody's children. It always looks like he wants to prove he's a good dad for social media instead of just being a good dad with or without the cameras rolling. Fans said if you really cared, that court date would have been your priority. That's not parenting, that's performance. Some viewers were even saying they wouldn't want their kid around Knox because he seems aggressive, and they pointed out past moments where he bumped into Sugar Mama. And they were saying Martell forces sibling moments when they don't look natural. Whether that's true or not, the fact that fans are even talking like this shows how messy this whole situation looks online. One thing the internet made clear, they do not want to see Martell trying to be a victim anymore. They do not want to see him trying to guilt Melody. They do not want to see fake father moments. They said step up in silence or don't step up at all. The flash camera dad energy is not winning people over. They said he wants applause for doing the bare minimum after spending years creating chaos. And the whole he gets them every other weekend and Wednesday comment also came up. Fans said, okay, cool, that's normal co-parenting, but where was this energy before? Why try to be perfect on camera when everybody saw what happened off camera? Why fight in court just to go back to doing the same thing? Fans said it looks desperate. One user said Melody was out of town, so it was probably his weekend. And even with that explanation, social media still said it felt like he only posted because Melody was busy winning again. They said anytime Melody shines, Martell pops up with the kids trying to remind people he exists. And the proof is in the timing. The internet watches everything. People also joke that if they were in Melody's shoes, they would have been petty. But Melody doesn't move like that. She lets life handle him. And life has been handling him. So here's where we stand. Social media believes this was a calculated move, not a genuine dad moment. They think Martell is fighting for attention, not fighting to be better. They think he is trying to provoke Melody instead of just letting her live and letting the kids grow in peace. And they see right through the smile and the camera lens. Nobody is buying the storyline he's trying to sell. And I want y'all to drop a comment and tell me what you think. Was this a real father moment? Or did this feel like a staged look-at-me performance? Do you feel like Martell really wants peace and family? Or does it seem like he just wants camera time and public sympathy? Let me know, because this right here got social media talking all day long, and it does not look good for him right now. And don't go anywhere, because I will be updating you as this story develops, because every time we think it's quiet, somebody does something, and here we are again. So make sure you stay till the end, and shout out to everybody who did. You're the real supporters. And trust me, more tea is coming. Stay tuned, because this situation is far from over.